All right, so one of the things about these Honda V6 engines in the Ridgeline, the Passport, the Pilot, the Odyssey, it's the battery is hidden under this stuff right here, and so sometimes jump starting a battery can be a little difficult. You have to take some things apart to get to it. So we're gonna, in this video, we're gonna explore what's in the owner's manual and talk about maybe some options we have to make it simpler, especially if you're not working with a long set of jumper cables and you're using something portable like a small battery booster that might have a 2-foot long cable or something like that. So I'm going to start by removing this all the way across, and I believe on these you don't need tools on this part. Here I think I can just go across and lift it with my hand. So you just you don't want to crack it, you just kind of put your hand at different spots along the way and you just start to pull up. Okay, this trunk thing, gotta watch because it's in the way, so I need to I think I'm gonna start here and leave this middle till the end so that I can pull the whole thing forward. Okay, see, now I got it off, so now I can pull it forward like that. Just set it aside. So come on up here and look in the engine bay with me. To get to our battery, we would use a Phillips head screwdriver to remove this air scoop. But before we even do that, I want to point out that our battery is right here. And so you'll see that the battery starts here and it moves this way. So the negative battery terminal, you can see it, it's right down in there. So the negative terminal is there. You can't get a hand in there. You can't access that port. But your positive terminal is accessible. So it's covered up by this plastic cover. So right now, without doing anything, we can get to our positive terminal. We could put a cable clamp right here on the positive terminal. But we're going to show you how to get to the negative side. So we're going to take these two Phillips head screwdriver. This is also how you would change a battery. So if you had to change out your battery, you want to do that yourself, this is how you would do that. So we got the two plastic screws in our hand. We would pull that up. I'm going to set these screws aside so I don't drop them. So it's loose here and it's being held in by the air box right here. So I just want to wiggle this off of there. This is a rubber thing there, goes on this plastic box, and then this goes inside of it. So we're just going to set this aside. So now we're to our battery. So again, negative, positive. Now, the owner's manual shows that you can take this plastic cover off, which does not take tools. You can just lift up and it'll come off. If you'll come over here, the owner's manual says to use this to jump. So you would put your negative jumper cable here and your positive over here. So just keep in mind that if that were the case, you would not have needed to take off this plastic shroud right here, and you would not have needed to take off the plastic airbox. So if you ever wanted to use a traditional set of jumper cables with the long leads on them, you could get your positive right here, take your plastic box cover off and put your negative terminal there and jump it the traditional way. What I use is one that doesn't require another vehicle. Okay, I'm going to put links to all this stuff in the description. I highly recommend these NoCo Genius Boost. So this is a Nokia GB40 Genius Boost, and so this is designed to work without the assistance of someone else. So you can just, if your car won't start, need a battery, you need to get to a store to buy a battery. So it's been my experience. My batteries usually don't give me a warning. They just one day don't start. So this end plugs in here. It's got an arrow right there. Plug it in there. And so see how short these cables are? I can't use this setup. I would have my positive here and my negative would go to here. But I gotta reach all the way over there. So that's fine with a traditional set of cables. It's not fine with this. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna install an extension. So if you look at the negative terminal of this battery, there is a jumper wire right here. Can you see where this is going into the frame right here? So this right here comes right off the negative terminal and goes here. So what we're going to do, parts will be in the description. Got this off of Amazon. What we're gonna do is take this little extender and we're going to share this bolt right here in the frame, and we're going to put this in there, and then we're going to figure out what to do with this end so that when we need to do that, we could put the negative terminal of our Genius Boost on here and the positive on here without taking everything apart. So that's what we're going to do. Can't remember how much this was. I'll put a link in the description. I'm thinking it was like $7 or something like that. All right, so we're gonna remove the negative battery terminal first. This is also a 10 millimeter. Okay, so we're going to remove our negative battery terminal. We'll set it out of the way right there. So now we're going to be working on this right here. So we're going to loosen this. Okay, so this bolt has a little washer on it. We're gonna grab our extension cable. We're gonna leave the original one from the vehicle up against the frame. We're gonna put ours on the outside. We're gonna use the same bolt. We'll put it right back where it was. Okay, as it starts to tighten, I just like them to be right in line, even. Well, snug that up real good, not too tight, but pretty snug. Okay, it's not gonna go anywhere. Now what I wanna do is take a plastic zip tie. I wanna secure our extension along the way. I'm going to use this point right here. So I'm going to loop my zip tie in here. I'm going to put the zip tie right here. I'm just going to kind of pull it tight. So it's not going to go anywhere. And this way I don't have to cut this. I don't have it tied somewhere that's going to be in my way when I actually want to use it. So now all this will be covered. This will be the part I'll hook to my negative battery terminal, and I can just kind of bend it and leave it right there, accessible. Okay, so now I want to reinstall my battery terminal. Now that this is done, so I'm going to put that back. Okay, I'll grab my socket. Get it tight enough where it'll act like a socket. Okay. Okay, so snug that up. All right, so that install is done right there. Okay, so now we're gonna put this back together. So my next step, I can go ahead and put my engine cover on, because I was just using that to show you the jump point. All right. Now they're just like rubber seals that they pop on. Okay. All right. So that's back on. Now I'm gonna take my 2 plastic screws, my air box, and get this end of the air box back in. So you just kind of squeeze that in there like that. Make sure that these little plastic clips, these little clips need to go down in these holes gently so they don't break. And then the plastic screws go in. These really don't tighten, they just go and then they just keep spinning, so they're on there snug. Alright, so now we're going to snap this back on. So this didn't take any tools. Remember when we pulled it off, it just snapped off, and the hood open latch kind of stuck out here in the front, so we want to put it on this way over that latch first. We want to just kind of line it up, get that latch in there. Jiggle that hood latch so it kind of starts to go in, and just kind of center it up, kind of falls into place, because you got your washer fluid over here, you got this thing right here, so those kind of help you get it lined up, these things right here. So I know I'm already pretty much lined up, so now I just want to start over here and start kind of pushing down as I go across. So then, since I can't see all the clips, I just want to kind of press thoroughly so that I know I got them all in. All right, so we got that back on. Okay, so let's say that we need to jumpstart this car with our Genius Boost. Now that we've done this, what we would do is, you got your positive battery terminal right here. We'd hook up our positive. Use our new negative right here. And we turn it on. Okay. And it would be ready. So we're not going to do that because we have a good battery. But that's the idea. So I hope this video has been helpful. You'll find some product links in the description. I'll put this Genius Boost and the case that I store it in there. So I hope this has been helpful, and thank you for watching.